Just to thank our second Vice President, Hans Dilbeck, for presiding over the opening of this afternoon's session. Thank you, Terry Turner, and thank you, my dear brother Bobby Senya, for the prayer that followed the reading of the Holy Scripture. The introduction of business is now in order. If you make a motion, please give a written copy of it to the page at your microphone to bring to the platform. Be sure that your name and the name of your church are attached to your motion. And under the rules, all motions are referred to the Committee on Order of Business. Please note at this time that it is now in order to make motions, but not to debate them. So the microphones are now open.
8A.
Microphone number 8A, please state your name, your church, and your motion.
I'm Ben Chandler, Director of Mission for the St. Clair Baptist Association, Alabama, and messenger of First Baptist Church, Asheville, Alabama. I move that the SBC Executive Committee and all SBC entities be asked to pursue in a lovingly aggressive, biblically bold, and passionately courageous manner, making a stand in our culture for the truth and lead the way to repair the moral fabric of America by using all means possible, including the media.
Thank you. Is there a second to the motion? Thank you very much. So please give a copy of your motion to the page who will bring it to the platform.
2A.
Microphone number 2A. Would you please, again, state your name and the name of your church and your motion.
My name is Wiley Drake, First Southern Baptist Church and Messianic Fellowship of Buena Park, California. And I would like to make a motion. I move that if this convention re-elects Dr. Ronnie Floyd as our new SBC president, that we prayerfully ask him to also run for president of the United States of America. Now, folks, y'all let me finish my motion.
Oh, Lord.
I appreciate the applause, but let me finish my motion. That we ask him to also run for President of the United States of America 2016 to help us claim and him practice what he preaches. Now is the time to lead America back to the next great awakening. Southern Baptists are the only ones that can do it, folks.
I thank you, Wiley. I have to ask this. Is there a second? Oh, Lord. Brother Wiley, if you would you please, I guess, hand your motion to the page. Who will bring it to the platform?
Microphone 2B.
It's time to move on. Microphone 2B. Would you please state your name, your church, and your motion?
My name is Steve Bailey, a messenger from the Calvary Baptist Church in Ozilla, Arkansas. My motion is that my motion is to change the bylaws of Section 10, Article C, to read that each person make a nomination for the office of President or Vice President shall include in his nominating speech what percentage of that nominated church budget was given to the cooperative program. And I'd like for that to be, find out how to get that voted on today instead of going to committee, because it has trouble getting out of committee sometimes, this particular motion.
All right, is there a second to the motion? All right, the motion receives a second, so if you would please hand it to the page and they will bring it to the platform.
2C, microphone 2C.
Microphone 2C. Please state your name and your church and your motion.
You didn't answer my question on how to keep it from going to committee.
2C, 2C.
Microphone 2C.
4A.
All right, let's go to microphone 4A. Microphone 4A. Please state your name and your church and your motion.
Yes. My name is Alan Cross, pastor of Gateway Baptist Church in Montgomery, Alabama. I'd like to sincerely thank the Executive Committee of the Southern Baptist Convention for the report entitled A Review of the Southern Baptist Convention's Progress on Racial Reconciliation, 1995 to 2015, as printed on pages 2 through 9 of the Tuesday Daily Bulletin, Part 2. I'm especially thankful for items 2, 3, and 4 in the summary and findings. And I move that the Southern Baptist Convention, meeting in Columbus, Ohio, June 16th, 17th, 2015, commend the report, A Review of the Southern Baptist Convention's Progress on Racial Reconciliation, 1995 to 2015, as drafted and approved by the Executive Committee of the SBC.
Thank you, Alan. Appreciate you. Is there a second? Motion has been seconded, so if you would, please hand it to the page and they will bring it to the platform.
3A.
Microphone 3A. Would you please state your name, your church, and your motion?
Yes, my name is Tim Barnett, and I am a messenger of the Faith Baptist Church in Faith, North Carolina. And I move for an amendment of the Southern Baptist Convention's Bylaw 10 so that the convention assembled can hear publicly from each nominee for an elected position rather than just from those individuals nominating them.
Thank you, Tim. Is there a second? Thank you, and if you would, please, there is a second. Please give it to the page and they'll bring it to the platform.
Ask microphone 6A if he has a motion.
Microphone 6A, do you have a motion?
Is that me? Sir, I rise to a point of personal privilege. I appreciate the music and the worship that we are experiencing here and will continue to experience, but I would humbly request that the volume be reduced so as to not be physically uncomfortable. Thank you, sir.
Tell him we'll speak to the right folks.
All right, thank you so much, and we will speak to the right folks about that.
Ask 2A to state his point of order.
Microphone 2A, would you please state your point of order?
Mr. President, I asked earlier when I made my motion how to keep it from going to committee, and I did not get an answer for that. I'd rather have my motion voted on here on the floor rather than go to committee at this time.
We can't do any of that at this moment, but when his motion is reported out at 8:30, he can speak. Step back a moment. Tell him he needs to wait for the process. He needs to wait and go to a microphone when his motion is reported out at 8:30 tomorrow morning.
Thank you for your question. We need to go through the process that it normally goes, and then tomorrow morning when the report is given at 8:30 a.m. regarding all motions, you at that time can speak to that, and not until then, by the nature of our rules.
Are there any further motions?
Are there any further motions here today?
We're ready to go to the Executive Committee report.
Thank you very much, messengers. Then we are ready to go to the Executive Committee report. It is a wonderful privilege for me as the chair and the president